Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for some Power Cube. Alright, and there's an obvious first pick in this spec. You guessed it, it was a Myria Angel. No, I'm kidding, it's Recurring Nightmare. Card's busted. Maybe we can get a Bizarre on Burial Rites background. But yeah, Recurring Nightmare, so strong. Hymn's pretty good. Strip Mine, Strip Mine's really good. Better than Wasteland, obviously. Swords is pretty good. D-Sphere is pretty good. And Mox Diamond is pretty good. Godless Shrine isn't bad either. I think I want to take either Strip Mine. Faithless Looting actually is very good with Recurring Nightmare. You know what, I'm going to go with the Faithless Looting, just go with the sort of archetypal reanimation theme. Sphinx of the Steel Wind is one of the best reanimation targets in the game. It won't necessarily matter if I can cast it, as long as I can get it into my graveyard. Force of Will wouldn't be bad either, but Sphinx is just so good. Alright, decent start. If every pick is as good as those last three picks, we are in amazing shape. Zealous Conscripts could, in theory, be good. Skull Clamp could be good. It's kind of better in green decks. There's not a lot of black or red creatures that really just fuel Skull Clamp. I think I'm debating between Arid Mesa, Dragon Skull Summit. You could also take the Time Twister and also have a secondary Storm theme going on. Maybe pick up Mind's Desire to go along well with the reanimation plan. That seems like a bit of a reach, so I'm going to take the Dragon Skull Summit. It's just on color right now. Arid Mesa could be better, but it isn't right now. Vampiric Tutor. Yeah, it's an easy pick. Shackles is a little bit out there. Una's Prowler, though, is a discarder for animation. Also, taking it cuts other people along the line off from playing Reanimator decks, so you get more rewarded next pack. Could also take Urborg or Tropical Island, but those are not great right now. Putrid Imps. Kind of the same as Prowler, except it costs 1 instead of 2. If I had known that we were going to get 1, then I could have potentially gone for that. As it stands, I have a lot of discard effects between Faithless Looting, Prowler, and Vamp Tutor if I need it. I don't really need Putrid Imp. I'll take a Marsh Flats. There's a good chance that we're splashing white, and even if we aren't. Jite? That's pretty insane. Makes me wish I took the, whatchamacallit, the other discard effect, just so I could have a couple weenie creatures. I probably will still take it here. Yeah. It's just the best card in the pack by far. Bizarre made it back, as predicted. We are the Bizarre deck. But the other reanimation thing didn't make it back. Bit of a surprise, but who knows. Could take a Stomping Ground. Detention Sphere. If you want to splash white, because we have the Marsh Flats. But we're not in blue either, never mind. Swords to Plowshares is a better white splash card, I should be mentioning. Yeah, I'll take the swords. It's good enough. I want to focus on the draft. Journey's pretty good. Bayou's pretty good. Bayou can be fetched out with the Marsh Flats as well. Olivia's on color. All not bad options. I don't really have a reason to take Bayou here. I'm gonna take Olivia. I just don't see myself being too heavy on white, but it could happen. But right now I think Olivia is good enough. Take the Zealous Conscripts, maybe we get a combo later. Survival is the best card in that pack by a lot. Pithing Needle's a fine sideboard card. Olivia can also wear a Jite. I hate the Fire Blast, I guess. Looks like Mono Red is pretty open. Fire Blast and Teetering Peaks. It's good that we were able to see that red is a little more open than usual. Maybe we can get some good red cards. Ooh! I'm glad I got this on camera. I'll tell you that much. Oh, holy shit. 3 power cards and a Mind Twist. Wow. And Gristlebrand. Gristlebrand's like the best reanimation target. This is the hardest choice of my life. It's not Mox Pearl. Okay, we can rule out Mox Pearl. It's between Black Lotus, Mox Jet, Mind Twist, and Gristlebrand. Jeez. What on earth? I kind of want to take the Mind Twist, but I kind of want to take the Black Lotus, and I kind of want the Mox Jet because it lets us play a fast recurring Nightmare. Guess Black Lotus could also be used to play a return to Olivia. Mind Twist is just so broken, though. Oh god. Oh god. I'm I have to take a card. I'm taking Black Lotus because, yeah, I want to. That's why. Iona's good reanimation target. Scrubland is a great land to have. Those are the choices. Of the two, I think Iona is more likely to make it back around, but it's also way more powerful in this deck than Scrubland. I'll take Iona. There's a Mox Emerald, and a Buried Alive, and a Shieldred. Shieldred is not really what I'm looking at. I have Iona and Sphinx, which are both better reanimation targets. Buried Alive gets creatures in my graveyard. Currently I have one way to bring creatures back, and technically 2 ways to bring creatures back, and 3 ways to discard them. Buried Alive is probably good enough. Vindicate I also wouldn't mind here, as well as Mox Emerald. I think it might be right to take the Mox Emerald, just hope that Buried Alive makes it back. If not, Vindicate. Yeah. Just to accelerate, doesn't matter that I'm not in the colors. Could take Mizzium Mortars. Sorin doesn't seem great. But he does seem fine. He works well with Recurring Nightmare, since you can sack the tokens. He's a Planeswalker. You know what? I'm going to go with Sorin. this pack, there's a Falkenrath Aristocrat, which is pretty good. A Grave Titan, which is awesome. I guess I'm going to take the Grave Titan, it's just really, really powerful. Krakus is pretty good against me. I have Olivia, Iona, and that's it, but it's still really good against me. In terms of this pack, Containment Priest is also really good against me, but I'm debating between Oblivion Ring, maybe my own, taking a Krakus myself, so if one of my creatures is threatened I could bounce it, namely Olivia. Guess I'll take the Krakus. None of those options seemed great. Phantasmal Image is great. Like for instance, I play a Sphinx, I could copy it. I play Zealous, I can copy it. Play Grave Titan, I could copy it, get all the effects of the enter the battlefield. Yeah, definitely the card I'm taking here. Snapcaster is fine, but it's not as good as Image. Excellent. Necromancy, I really needed another card to get creatures back. Thoughtseize would also be a welcome sight, as well as Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is actually really, really good in this deck because it's another discard effect and it's so powerful to just draw 7. And I do have some explosive cards. It's between Wheel of Fortune and Necromancy. I'm actually not sure which one's better. I'm going to take the Wheel. It seems so good. Gristlebrand made it back. I'm actually not surprised because this pack was insane. This was the 3-power Mind Twist Gristlebrand. Has Edric, Memory Jar, Lingering Souls, Ashiok. Just so much to work with. Smokestack. This is the most insane cube pack I've ever seen. Scrubland made it back. That I'm a little more surprised by. I guess I'll take Buried Alive. Vindicate's pretty good. But I think I want... Yeah, I have so many discard effects. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 at this point. I just want the Vindicate. It's tough. I think I want the Vindicate, actually. Grim Lavamancer works decently with these discard effects like Wheel of Fortune, Faithless Looting. It works great against creature decks. And I'm not green, so that one's not close. Life from the Loam would be very good, but I'm not green. But I could splash it in theory off the Mox Emerald. It's a powerful enough effect, unlike those last cards. Yeah, I guess I could take the Spirit Keeper. Some Petal Grove, actually, that's pretty nice for playing Life in the Loam. I guess that might be red, white, black, splashing green. Not blue, using Sphinx to reanimate. Oh, holy crap, why'd I take Image? Oh god, I'm so dumb. Okay. Okay, I'm so used to playing blue, black, red reanimation decks, or blue, black, white reanimation decks. Whew. Hello there. This one isn't as good as the last pack, but hey, there's 2 Signets, Crucible, a Glenalendra, and a Demonic Tutor. For us, it's mostly just hello Demonic Tutor. That's about all I can say about that pack. Odds are, well, we now have 2 tutors for the currently 1 reanimation spell in Recurring Nightmare. That's fine. Take a Blood Crypt. It's a pretty good duel. Our splash is white, and it's not even a heavy splash. Could take a Sacred Foundry because it's on our splash color rather than our main color. I could also just take a Skin Render as a consistently good pickup. think I can help fix my lands a little bit in this pack. I'll take a Sacred Foundry. It's more important to have duals on your splash color than your main colors, so you can run less plains and more of your base color lands. Here's a Duress, an Ancient Grudge, which we can flash back with Mox Emerald, and a Mirror Battle Sphere, which is pretty good to reanimate. But in terms of fatties to reanimate, we have Griselbrand, Grave Titan, Sphinx, and Iona. We don't really need another thing. It is cool to accelerate into these big colorless spells though, so that's worth considering. I just don't think it's the pick here. Duress, I think, is actually the pick. It's just good to disrupt them, and since I don't have blue, I need some way to get their permission out of their hand. Through the Breach, that's interesting. I can use it as an instant. I wonder how Instant Speed Iona interacts with cards. She has a state-based effect that says your opponent can't cast spells, but is a spell already cast when it's on the stack? If not, that could be just like a counter spell. But it works really well with Griselbrand, since you can just draw the cards with it anyway. Sphinx if I want to block with it. Grave Titan because you get the creatures with it. And it gets the creature in the graveyard as well, which is huge. So I'm going to play this Through the Breach. If nothing else, it's pretty fun. Reanimate, finally. Let's just make sure there's no other considerations in this pack. Necrotal would be fine. Isolated Chabal would also be okay. But yeah, Reanimate is the card. Could take Academy Ruins to get back Black Lotus, but that's about all it does, and I don't even have blue, so never mind. Izumi Grave Robber is pretty good. Scavenging Ooze totally wrecks like this entire deck. But I'm going to take the Grave Robber. It's the only card I would consider playing there. Entomb. Wow, now our deck just got like real nuts real quick. I would like this Chain Lightning or a Flame Tongue Kavu. In fact, I'd consider both pretty high picks. But Entomb was just like the card that I wanted there. Screen Splash with the Mox Emerald and Sun Petal Grove might actually just be better to play an Oath of Druids rather than a Life from the Loam. Just because I don't have to play any creatures except for the reanimation creatures, except maybe an Uda's Prowler. I can cut the GJ and just, I don't need the discard effects necessarily, and just go full in on just having big creatures in my deck that are great with Oath. I suppose Manic Vandal's pretty good, since it's on one of my main colors. Now Splashing Maelstrom. Gerard's Verdict is okay. Still kind of bad, especially since I probably won't be able to play it till 3 mana, so I'll take the Manic Vandal. Skin Render was an option before, it's still an option now. Pattern's not what I'm looking for. Smash is pretty good. Llanowar Wastes helps play that Oath of Druids. That's really important. Not really playing Necro, but it's pretty insane to see it this late. It's pretty good with Sphinx and Griselbrand, since they both have lifelink. Maybe I play it. I suppose it's more likely than anything else in that pack. Jeez, this is definitely getting uploaded. Like, that pack 2 was insane. And this person's taking a long time. Speculating on it now. You see, the problem with taking Mind Twist or Gristlebrand out of that pack was there was only one other really insane black card. So, like, if I took Mind Twist, the odds of Gristlebrand making it back around are much, much lower, since if there's another black player, he might take Gristlebrand if Mind Twist wasn't in that pack. So that leaned me towards the artifacts, and of the artifacts, I like how explosive Black Lotus can be sometimes. We can just win games on its own. Though maybe Mox Jet was better, I'm just not totally sure of that. And the odds are higher that I play Vanishing Light than anything else. Avenger might have a good matchup somewhere, but probably not in my main deck. I don't want to lose to Troll Aesthetic. Though we have the best thing with Troll Aesthetic, that's equipping GT and just winning. Alright, our reanimation deck is so good. It's unfair. We got all the tools. All the best targets. It's like we're playing Legacy. Let's cut some of the bad creatures. Let's check to see if I need a discard effect or an extra reanimation effect first. I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, kinda 6, because this puts a creature from my hand into play and then I'll put it in the graveyard. 6 discard effects, and hold on, I also have to find what I was stuck with. I think I might have cut it already. And 1, 2, 3. I'm not sure if I counted Vamp for discard, but I should have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm counting Oath of Druids as a reanimation spell because it also is another way to just cheat something out without any effort. So 5 ways to put creatures into play with those effects, or just off of them having a creature out. I have Sorin to generate tokens for Recurring Nightmare. I also have Olivia, which can steal their creatures, and I can then use them for Recurring Nightmare, or I can use Olivia for Recurring Nightmare as well. I have Grim Lavamancer, which is probably good enough to play. It's really awkward with Oath of Druids. I don't want to get a Grim Lavamancer off of that, but the odds are low enough with just one creature like this that I think it's worth it. It's very good at killing creatures, just dropping at turn 1, playing a Faithless Looting or something, and just killing all their guys. And I need another creature really to feel Recurring Nightmare. Necropotence seems very good. It does. It seems very, very good, because I can just get all the cards I need to discard Gristlebrand, recast Gristlebrand, and gain a ton of life, draw a ton of cards, just win the game. Ugh. What is not insane? Olivia isn't insane. Yeah. Is Olivia better than Lavamancer? They both kind of serve the same purpose. They're both meant to kill creatures, especially small creatures, to let me stall so I can reanimate. Lavamancer does it more efficiently, but Olivia is like a better thing to flip off of something like Oath. It also has flying, so if I want to play the GT, it's better to play Olivia since she can actually connect. Ugh. There's so many good reasons to play both of these. I think I'll cut the Lavamancer. That may be wrong, but I think it's close enough. Swords is better than Banishing Light. Do I need the removal? I have a Vindicate into Swords. I don't want to splash too much white. I think Vindicate's better than Banishing Light. I know it is, actually, especially with black as one of my main colors. I think I'll cut Banishing Light. And Mox Emerald is a mana source. Maybe I have to put something back in, actually. Nope, because Bazaar of Baghdad isn't a land. Bazaar is another discard effect. God, we are playing a game of Magic. 18 land is probably fine. No, I don't need 18 land. My deck is nuts enough to go off without 18 land. I could play Life from the Loam, or like Nezumi Grave Robber, or Manic Vandal. Or, no, I'll put the Lavamancer back in, actually. Yeah, that'll be my 23. You guys can take a look. Jitte is not at its best here because I'm not playing a bunch of cheap creatures, but it's still just the best equipment in the game. If I can... I'm already winning the game if I have one of these big guys out, though. Is Manic Vandal better? No, because it makes my Oath worse. I'm going to run this. It may not be correct to play the Jitte. I may be mucking around with Oath of Druids when I should just not be mucking around with Oath of Druids. Maybe I should be playing Life from the Loam instead of Oath of Druids and just playing the reanimation deck that way, so I can put in Grave Robber and Prowler without worrying about it. But I want to play Oath, and you know it's cube, so that's reason enough for me. Lands coming in. Alright, I have all the green sources I'm going to use. 1, 2, 3. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 black sources. 1, 2, 3, 4 white sources. And that's enough in terms of white sources. And 1, 2, 3 red sources, since Marsh Flats gets Sacred Foundry. I think I need more black, more red. That's about it. I can even afford an extra white. Honestly, I just don't need that many more. Or maybe an extra green, just so I can play Oath earlier. I have 3 sources for 1 card. Necro gives a reason to play more black, and all these pure black cards like black 1-drops. So I'll put in, that gives me 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 black sources, that's comfortable. 4, 5, 6, 7 red sources. Yeah, that's very comfortable. Maybe I should go up to 10 black sources and down to 6 red sources. Yeah, seems right. Alright. Black, red, green, white, Reanimator. Okay, I'll be back for games, guys.